Hi. Yeah, we are going to talk about scripts. Scripts here. So what's a script here? You can see here a script is a program here written in interpreted language here. So a script is a computer language here, but it's not like C language here. A script language here is like it's much easier here. They have a built-in functions for you to use in here. So you don't really like a programmer here. You are writing a script language is much easier compared to if you write a C language here. In Linux here, we don't really want you to write a C language or any C language here. We use a script here, a shell script here and other script here with bash here to write a script language here. If you're familiar with the bash file in DOS or Windows here, that's the term here, similar purpose here. Okay. And if you are writing a script here to help automate tedious, repetitive task, that's how you're going to do it here. And they're talking about many of startup functions are performed by scripts. So you want to this startup process. Script language here, you power on your computers, Linux computers, they have script language to help you to do that here. In this chapter, we're talking about bash share script here. There are many new scripts here. Writing a script language here is easy. The beginning of a share script language here, learn more here. So this one tell you what is a script language here. Can be quite complex. I just told you it's easy, but the author says can be quite complex. Of course, it's just like all the programming language here, you want to write a simple one like the average of this class, that will be quite easy. If you want to write some real-time programs or tax reporting programs, that will be complex by nature here, in here. So they give you, consequently, they give you some idea if you want to read more about the script here. This is a Unix 1 or Linux 1 class. This book is a basic book here. They don't go to the details. They should not. If you want to learn more, you may want to read other books. Beginning of a share script here. This chapter describes the bash share script here. That's the most widely used script language in Linux environment here. They want you to use VI. Remember your editor here, VI. So I'll suggest use the VI. Some people like use Emacs here. They don't even suggest you Emacs in here. So just use VI. That's the editor. And to begin and write this pound sign here, exclamation mark here, /bin/bash. That they explained it to you. The first two characters are the special code here. The special character here. They tell the operating system here you are going to do something here. Tell the kernel here. You can think in kernel is like an operating system here. Linux is an operating system and with some application as well here. It's kernel here, a portion of your operating system. Then to tell that, so whenever you see this pound sign exclamation mark here, it's a script. They know. So the kernel know that, then they're going to go to /bin/bash here. So this tells you here. You need to read this carefully here, otherwise you have no idea what that means. They talks about this /bin/sh here is a link to, you go to your bin here, go to your bin, go to bash, and then for instance here they give you example here, use /bin/bash or bin /tcsh instead of bin/sh here. There are more ways to do the same thing. That's exactly what happened in here. And this one here, change mode here, this is very important. Setting the ownership and permissions for the Linux here, the files here, like my script here. You're going to write a script here to calculate the class average or to do something else here. Then it says A, and they have a plus and X here. So what does that mean? You do a main change mode, chmod. They are going to tell you what does A, what does plus, what does X means here. Basically, you have three groups here. One is me, myself here. I'm going to be able to read, write, and execute. And then my group, they are going to be able or unable to read or to write or execute. And another one is everyone. Other than myself, other than my group members, able to read, write, or execute the file. Execute means run the file here. So that's your change mode here, using command here. So they have this type my-script here. So that's execute. See here, executable file here. Using command here, that's your script here. A simple script that launch 3 programs here. That's a very good example here. Remember, you type in pound exclamation. That means this is a script here. And /bin/bash here. This is the bash script here. Location here, user. Yeah, typically this, you go to your user here, you go to the bin, you go to xterm end, or you go to /user/bin xterm end, and you go to /user/bin kmail end here. So Fedora here, the plans to rearrange its directory here. So this is showing you a directory here. The first line show you I'm going to write a script language. Those 3 lines show you where to launch 3 programs here. That's program here. So they are under /use/sr bin here. That's the stuff here. Which command here? This file. So you go to the program here. I'm going to run a 3 program. Where are those 3 programs? They show you it's under your user bin and xterm, for instance here. That's which command you're going to use here. They tell you more command like grep, G-R-E-P here. As already in chapter 10, we have played with that here. This command here, it locates the file here. Find the file for me. It's grep the file for me. Find here. Where you use here the difference between grep and find here. Grep here, search for the pattern here. Find here does so based on file name ownership, and you can do this one. And cut command here. Extract text here. You're going to cut a file here from fields in a file here. So that's a cut command here. Again, if you don't understand what is the cut command here, you do a main space cut here. The menu here, online menu, going to tell you everything here. SED here, SED here, and echo here. So sometimes a script must be providing a message to the user here. Echo is the tool to accomplish goal here. You can pass various options here. So they give you example. Example is always good here. Otherwise, it's difficult to learn. Operating system here, command, or any type of language here. So press the enter key. So for instance, echo, press the enter key here. So then they are invited for your input here. They want you to display the value here. So you echo, press the enter key. They're going to show you. And mail here, the mail command can be used to send email here. How about that? Yeah, from sending email here. Linux system here is different from Windows. It's very powerful if you know how to use it here. If you once you said that, then why I want to use Linux when we have Windows or we have Apple computer with Mac OS? Well, sometimes you may not have any choice. You have to use Linux. For instance, in the military, they want it to be secure, and Linux is the only secure operating system you can get. Secure in here, I mean, you have the fully control. I mean, nobody else can update your operating system, your application system here. You, yourself here, have the fully control. No one else. That's the secure I mean. If you are using a Windows 10, the Microsoft going to keep updating your operating system with patches here. And if you are using Apple computer, Apple, the company going to keep updating your operating system, Mac OS for you. In case they mess up, you mess up. You mess up, you come back to him. The company here, there's too much of trouble here. It's just like if you are in a military setup here, it's unacceptable. No, we cannot do that. They'll come back and sue you or something like that here. No, we need to have fully control. That's why when you have to use Linux here, you use this for the mail system. It's very easy to use, but it takes time here for you to get use of it, because most likely you are used to use Windows, used to use Mac OS here. There is a learning curve. Tell you can use the argument here, variables here. All the programming language have a variable here. For instance, I want to average the class average. How many students? That's the average. I can use the same program for different class. Then different class, the variable going to have a different values there. Say this class have 25 students, so variable for the student number of students will be 25. Another class have 10 students, that will be changed to 10 here. It's variable here. And variable in the same case here can be, say I have 25 students, so student 1's grade, then later on change to student 2's grade, student 3's average, student 4's average, then accumulated and divided by 25. So I need to have two variables. One is the variable to keep class size, that's 25. Another variable to keep their grade, that will be keep changing here. So that's the variable, value and variable here. That's one here, they frequently called parameter or arguments here. Yeah, you need to have a parameter argument here. They give you example here. Yeah. In here, another script example here. It's a great idea to learn from an example to learn programming language here. You see here, you have pound sign, exclamation mark here, and that's to say that we're going to have a script. What kind of script here? We're going to have a bash script here, and then we're going to -m user address here, password here, make directory here, under where here, change of ownership here. There's a change mode here, and this yeah, another many command here, and make users here also. So changing passwords, so turn out to be going to be look like that. That's your program here, and this your output here. They are going to have make user John is here, changing password for user, this guy here, a new password something, retype the password something, password. All authentication tokens updated successfully here. If you type in the first time new password retype, they are identical, then they will take it here. Otherwise, they will not take it here. So that's a very simple script language here, and with the output here. Now, script language operate silently, yeah, using the encounter problems. So the interaction here, type in the password here, which don't echo. Yeah, that's for a purpose here. They don't want other people to see it. So even other people aside of you can still use it here. Yeah. And using variable here, that's such as you see here, $ here, ATTR here, or $ name here. When value here, see here, value, variable. So what is the value? What is the variable? For instance, name here, that's the student name here. It's a variable here, and student each have you have a John, you have a Jack, you have a Nathan. They all have a different name. That's going to be different values here. They're going to be using for the same variables, for called student name here, name and variable here. They give you, for instance, here example. Considering here, and they have something tiered here, same key or some other here variables, like they are sometimes used to make it easier to modify the script here in the future here. That's what I'm talking about here. You have a class size variable here, and you can be used for other class, and later on you want to change, just change that here. If I'm going to write a program with variable of students grade here, but the class size is going to be fixed to 10. I have a fixed number here instead of a variable. Later on, I'm going to use the same program for my other class. I'll be in trouble here. It will not work. In here, they have a script here, demonstration here, the assignment using a variable here. So what's the variable here? You're going to pin, you're going to echo, you're going to spin here, IP here, in this practice here. So they're showing you this. And this dollar sign, check pin here to see if this one's pin. I think you guys, especially you have Cisco background, you know what is the pin here. Pin here, for example, you're using your computer to send a packet to your switch, then to your router. And the router going to send it back to you. So you pin here, typically you send 4 packets here. Let's say this guy pin this address, that's my router address here. I'm going to pin my router, see if my computer communicates with my router good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now your pin, you send out 5 packets here to the same identical here, 192.168.1.1. That's your router address here, and see how long they will come back. 23 millisecond here, less than 1 millisecond, 1 millisecond, 1 millisecond here. So 5 packets have been sent here, 5 received, 0 packet loss here, time that stuff here. And which means by default, once I pin, so router check, see here, I pin my router here, and come back 5, I send to 5 and come back 5 in a timely manner here. I said that, hey, my computer communicate with my router pretty good here. If I don't receive anything come back, there will be timeout. Timeout like in 2 seconds here, for instance here, or 1 second here by determined by the default. Then you're going to have come back instead of time. You're going to come back timeout, TO, timeout, and which tells you your computer is not connecting to router. If your computer is not connecting to router, there's no way for you to go to internet. And then this is the way we narrow down here. Okay, so this is our router's problem here, or our PC computer problem here, or the cable between router and the computer have some problem here. It's not the internet. We don't know yet. We haven't reached the internet yet. Now, here is something to teach you what is a scripting language. Let's see here. See if we can learn something from this video.
A scripting or script language is a programming language that supports scripts. Programs written for a special runtime environment that automate the execution of tasks that could alternatively be executed one by a human operator. Scripting languages are often interpreted rather than compiled. Primitives are usually the elementary tasks or API calls, and the language allows them to be combined into more complex programs. Environments that can be automated through scripting include software applications, web pages within a web browser, the shells of operating systems, OS, embedded systems, as well as numerous games. A scripting language can be viewed as a domain-specific language for a particular environment. In the case of scripting an application, this is also known as an extension language. Scripting languages are also sometimes referred to as very high-level programming languages, as they operate at a high level of abstraction, or as control languages, particularly for job control languages on mainframes. The term scripting language is also used loosely to refer to dynamic high-level general-purpose languages, such as Perl, TCL, and Python, with the term script often used for small programs up to a few thousand lines of code in such languages, or in domain-specific languages such as the text processing languages SED and awk. Some of these languages were originally developed for use within a particular environment, and later developed into portable domain-specific or general-purpose languages. Conversely, many general-purpose languages have dialects that are used as scripting languages. This article discusses scripting languages in the narrow sense of languages for a specific environment. The spectrum of scripting languages ranges from very small and highly domain-specific languages to general-purpose programming languages used for scripting. Standard examples of scripting languages for specific environments include Bash, for the Unix or Unix-like operating systems, ECMAScript, JavaScript, for web browsers, and Visual Basic for applications, for Microsoft Office applications. Lua is a language designed and widely used as an extension language. Python is a general-purpose language that is also commonly used as an extension language, while ECMAScript is still primarily a scripting language for web browsers, but is also used as a general-purpose language. The Emacs Lisp dialect of Lisp for the Emacs editor and the Visual Basic for Applications dialect of Visual Basic are examples of scripting language dialects of general-purpose languages. Some game systems, notably the Second Life Virtual World and the Trains franchise of railroad simulators, have been extensively extended in functionality by scripting extensions. In other games like West North, the variety of actual games played by players are scripts written by other users.
Yeah, although they're only talking, I think that's a very short and sweet talk about what's a scripting language. They mentioned about scripting language, Perl, and also Python many times here. Python is very important here. So if you have a chance, you may want to check it out to learn the basics of Python here. Many employer nowadays, they're looking for someone who know Python here. That's all I would like to share with you for this lecture.